Hey there! Welcome back to the Introduction to Web Development course conducted by BrainyHub. I am Madiha Massoudi and I am your instructor for this course. In today's session, we'll be exploring the key components of web development. We will cover the following topics: front-end development, back-end development, database management, and responsive design. So without further ado, let's jump right in. First, let's look at what front-end development is. Front-end development, also known as client-side development, is the process of designing and building a website's graphical user interface. For example, let's say that you want to build a website for an online clothing store. In front-end development, you would create the design and the layout of that website by using HTML for the structure of the website, CSS for styling, and JavaScript for the interactivity. Now, everything you see on a website, the logo, the buttons, the search bars, the overall layout of the website, and how the user interacts with the page is created by a front-end developer. The front-end developer oversees the look and the feel of the websites to ensure a visually appealing and a user-friendly experience for the visitors. Now that we know what front-end development is, let's move on to the next topic of this video, which is back-end development. Back-end development means working on server sides, where the user interacts with the database. For instance, think about a social media platform like Facebook. While you see your news feeds, posts, and comments on the front end, the back end is responsible for storing the user data, managing friend connections, handling notifications, and to ensure that your interactions are securely processed and stored in the database. Backend developer ensures that the website performs correctly, focusing on database, backend logics, application programming interface, which is also known as APIs, the architecture, and servers. Now that we know what front-end and back-end development is, let's move on to the next topic of this video, which is database management. In database management, we design the database schema to store all the data related to your website. For example, you have a website which contains a product details, the customer information, and order history. Now in the backend, you might create tables for storing the product details such as the name, price, and description, the customer information such as name, email, shipping address, and the order history. After designing the database, you write queries to retrieve and manipulate the data as required, ensuring that the database is organized efficiently and securely. That is database management. Now that we know what database management is, let's move on to the next topic of this video, which is responsive design. With responsive design, you ensure that your website looks and functions well on all type of devices and screen sizes. For example, you may have noticed that when you open a website on your desktop or your mobile devices, the displays are different. So the work of responsive design is to make our website accessible and functional through all the devices. The work of front-end developer is to make sure the website looks great on all devices such as phones, tablets, and computer screens. To summarize, we have learned what front-end development is, what back-end development is, what database management is, and responsive design. In my next video, I will build a website from scratch to advance. So for all of that and more, I'll see you there.